Because I want every real American in this building to please rise. Put your hand over your heart and in a loud, clear voice say along with us, We the People!
Alright, welcome to the People's Podcast. It's a lot of things we need to talk about. I gotta get off my chest. I'm Troy.
And I'm Brandon.
And we're gonna get into a lot of things. But we're gonna start off with the Royal Rumble. So ending off this 2014 year, about to jump right into 2015. And when this season comes around, you know it's Royal Rumble time. Wrestlemania season's coming around, but there's a lot of decisions WWE's gonna have to make. I know we got some predictions that we think might happen. There's a lot of directions they can go, and some directions where it might not lead to results with the fans, especially in Philadelphia, that we gotta get into. So, Brandon, let's jump right off. Who do you think should win the Royal Rumble?
Before the last video we made, I said Roman because that was the obvious choice, and then I thought about it. I was like, maybe with the way Ziggler, his whole fighting back, coming back situation, maybe they'll pick him as like a dark horse. Then I thought Ambrose, and then it made it more complicated when Daniel Bryan last night announced it.
Daniel Bryan he turned everything around.
So I honestly don't even know anymore.
I'm really, alright, I knew about the possibility of Roman getting booed, but it's guaranteed. It's not even Roman. Yeah. Rey Mysterio got booed last year due to the Daniel Bryan thing. Mm-hmm. All the people Rey Mysterio?
Exactly. Before I knew he was going, it's going to be a low boost. I mean, it's Philly, you know how they are. So
if it's Philadelphia, it got to be either Ziggler, Bryan, Ambrose, or it don't need to be Rollins, but it's going to have to be one of those guys.
No, not Rollins.
If you want a good fan reaction.
And that whole, and I tweeted last night, that whole situation where it would have been the 3 Shield members left. Mm-hmm. That would have been a positive of having Roman win, but I guess you can't really do it. Like, Bryan changes, but here's my thing. Knowing how WWE really feels about Bryan, like, they don't see him as, or they never did before, see him as, like, main event, Wrestlemania.
Yeah.
Would they do it twice in a row?
Yeah, I can't see
the story makes sense for him to do it, but
yeah,
would they do it? And,
it depends, who we be facing, because, I don't read the stuff about Brock or whatever and him and his contract, but I'm believing that he retains at Royal Rumble,
yeah, me too.
And then eventually faces whoever the Royal Rumble winner at WrestleMania. And I wanted to see Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, but with Bryan being hurt, that didn't happen because I just thought Bryan was gonna get beat down no matter what.
Yeah, I thought that.
So other than Roman Reigns winning, I don't really see no other worthy contender, or at least not worthy contender, but anyone that I would believe that could beat Brock at WrestleMania, because you could do Ziggler, you could do Bryan, but the underdog story, that was the main one was last year with Bryan. 2 matches against Triple H and then a triple threat. Do you really want to go with that again?
That's one. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't. It's very confusing. I was going to touch on something.
But we'll say it is a positive that we have no clue who should win and who will win.
Oh, I was going to talk about Brock, his situation. Before I thought, with the Authority coming back, he most likely will retain that Royal Rumble, I guess. Because before I thought, I guess he was going back to UFC, but with the Authority coming back, I guess the plan is really set for him to headline WrestleMania. So,
I don't think Brock would turn down that WrestleMania paycheck. I'm pretty sure he'd buy his money. I think if you could just wrestle and show up these few days, even though in UFC you don't have to show up that many times a year, but to get the checks that he would be getting just to show up, I wouldn't turn that down. At least I would sign a contract before WrestleMania.
Brock, I don't see why he would want to go back to UFC anyway. I guess he wants to make up for what he did last time he was hurt and everything. And he probably could have been better, but I don't see why. I feel like WWE is much easier. Mm-hmm. And he didn't pay all that money to sit at home for 3 months.
So that's 3 months. Basically, all he has to do is just work out, show up in shape and wrestle on pay-per-view. So and he's getting paid good money. Like I don't know the exact numbers, but for him just to show up just a few dates, he probably gets paid more than most of the top guys, probably other than just Cena or something. So just to show up for, it's no reason for him to ever go back to UFC. Like he can, if he thinks it's something more to accomplish or something like that or conquer.
And it's not.
And it's not really like, and I don't see him beating any of the top UFC heavyweight guys, but that's for another story. But there's no reason, I don't see him ever go, well, not say ever going back, but just not now. You got good things going on. There's a chance you're going to main event WrestleMania again. You're going to get paid, get that WrestleMania check. Already, like, you're still getting the salary you're getting now. So, I don't see him going back. And he should retain at Royal Rumble. I mean, if you got Cena, do you really want to have Cena in our main event in another WrestleMania again?
If you have Cena win and tie that 16th record, first of all, there's going to be an outrage. Second, if that happens, Seth Rollins has to cash in.
Yes.
Because Cena can't leave Rumble with that title. I'm sorry. We've seen it 15 times. He doesn't need the 16th unless...
Yeah, I kind of always wanted, like... And the thing is that he's not going to freaking retire anytime soon. So
he'll probably get it.
Yeah, he's going to get it. I wanted to it would be great to see just Ric Flair have that for his whole career, whole lifetime, that no one will ever get 16 world championships again.
Because he hasn't even been wrestling long enough to get 16, if you really think about it. He's been here for, 10 years?
Yeah.
Ric Flair is wrestling for, 20 plus at the time? Almost 30, so...
Like, it's kind of... I just don't want to... It's just, like, personally, you don't want to see that record ever be taken away from Ric Flair.
Especially not for a guy like... I mean, I like Cena, but no. I
don't need to see him have another title around him again.
Especially, like, it's a slight thing with him as, like, a 17-time champ. Are you serious?
And then I just think that, like, it could be better opportunities. You could have a better match. Like I said, I want to see, after, like, the past few months, like, instead of seeing Roman versus Brock, even though that's, like, the only, like, main event WrestleMania match that I think kind of, like, should, at least it would be believable, and someone beating Brock. Like, I want to see Cena versus Roman.
I do, too.
Because I just think, like, it's not passing the torch, because Cena's never passing the torch for a while. Like, you can say that all you want, like, it doesn't matter. It's going to be his no matter what. But to see him fighting younger guys and build them up, and see Cena, I don't know why people say he can't wrestle, but he's had the last 5-star match in WWE history. So
I like seeing this match.
Yeah, and all his matches is pretty good. I never really saw a bad Cena match, other than if he got like a bad matchup, but he usually make it work no matter what. So see him put a match with Roman would be nice to see on a big stage like that.
I think he would work better with Roman than Brock. Because I don't know, Brock. Because Cena will let you beat him up more, I guess. I don't.
Well, I'll get. I think Roman could probably sell better than Cena, because Cena doesn't sell anything. That's the only problem I have with Cena. He does not sell that much. He's gotten better at it lately, but I mean, like, you could blame the same stuff on Roman, like the just coming back out of nowhere, and that's, I guess that's what they have a problem with. But like, I don't blame that on Roman, because like that's the way WWE makes him out to be. I'm pretty sure if he wanted to play a different role, or instead of being the face that gets beat down and then hit his 5 moves of doom, he would want to do something different. But that's what WWE builds him up as. So that's why I don't blame a lot on Roman. I have seen improvement in his wrestling. So like you saw, he did a move yesterday on Raw, like with Rollins, where he jumped over him like he was about to do a schoolboy and then picked him up for a power bomb. So hey, that's something I haven't seen. People could complain about his wrestling. He looked better. He worked the body part. You always talk about working the body part for Stone Cold.
He looked confused. I don't care.
I mean, I think that was like the only really, other than probably the house show.
I mean,
that's the first time I really seen him do it.
You going up against Rollins. I mean, it's Rollins. He's going to run. That's my boy. He's going to run laps around you. There's nothing you can do against Rollins.
Roman debuted in 2010. Late 2010. He pretty much wasn't any, like, relevant till, like, early 2012. So, I mean, when Rollins been wrestling since he was, like, freaking 12.
Hey, should have never picked football over wrestling.
So.
But, I wanted to talk about after Daniel Bryan's announcement, the abundance of baby faces now. You got Randy. Well, I don't know if he's a tweener when he comes back. I don't know.
I think. Well, he's
somebody got to go heel.
Yeah.
Because you got Ambrose. I think Ambrose can go heel.
That's what I'm like. All right, I'll give Ambrose his props because he's made the face name look better than I thought everyone had. I never thought he was a face at all. I've never seen him as a face.
Especially when he says he doesn't even know how to be a babyface.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if a guy like him, if he goes heel, people are still going to cheer for him.
Yeah.
So what we have to, I guess he would have to do something to Bryan, I guess, to really turn heel.
Everything, Bryan and Ziggler. Yeah. If you want to be a top heel, you got to do something to Bryan and Ziggler. So.
Because if he does something to Roman, it's going to be mixed or chaired, so.
Yeah, so, but then that's where Royal Rumble give you so many opportunities to do something like that anyway.
I think Ambrose might turn heel. I mean, if he is the guy that they picked to turn heel,
if they win, if Bryan gets eliminated, he doesn't win. Whoever eliminates him is clearly going to be considered a heel after that because of the reaction it would be. So, I mean, if you want to really do something, like you have Ambrose eliminate Bryan, maybe an Ambrose-Bryan WrestleMania match or something like that.
Because I don't even know where to put Ambrose on the card for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Well, the card I was thinking about.
I don't know. Well, I guess they're still they're going to still do the Battle Royal, right? Like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, because they said an inaugural. So
I was thinking about him in it, but it was like, I'll give him a singles match.
Yeah.
Or something.
But I just think if someone's going to be left out, it would be him. I don't like the Shield or something like that. It would be Ambrose. Ambrose,
because Rollins would be with Orton
or something like that. He's gonna have a high profile match, like lower main event type match or something like that. Roman's gonna have one.
Yeah, if you don't make Bryan win, you could put him up against Ambrose for that heel turn, I guess. Mm-hmm. That would actually be a good match. But,
yeah, and then people will legitimately boo Ambrose. Mm-hmm. Even though I bet they didn't win, hopefully, but
because sometimes it still might be mixed a little bit. Because even though it's in Philly, people would like Ambrose a lot.
Right, because when I went to Money in the Bank or whatever in 2013, everyone was cheering for Ambrose to win. Mm-hmm. So, they have that Philadelphia connection that people is going to respect, especially our IWC Philadelphia fans. So that's why I'm like, if you don't have anyone else other than Ziggler, Bryan, or Ambrose win the Royal Rumble, it's not going to end up looking good for anyone else.
You think about the Bray Wyatt and Ambrose feud. Bray Wyatt was supposed to turn heel. People still lighting up the arenas. Yeah. Because they like...
Well, I guess that's something that people could do. I actually like that.
But, when you turn heel against a guy that people see, that might be a great feud, they still might cheer for you. Like Ambrose and Bryan. Yeah. That's going to be a great match. So people want to see it. So they might... they will boom, but it's still going to be the people that want to see both of them at the same time. So that's the problem with that. But somebody has to turn heel. You got too many baby faces on the roster.
And then this is why, I was saying... this is when I was upset with some the things people were saying about Roman. I understand the WWE fans are the most important thing, and they make the real WWE run because without them WWE is nothing. But you can't get everything you want all the time. If we constantly kept getting everything we wanted, then there's not going to be that ever moment of shock or something like that because everyone wanted Bryan to win last year. Okay, Bryan won. So we're going to be like, oh, yeah, we want Ziggler to win this time. So you're just going to go out there and the other guy, all right, yes, because they worked hard. There's a lot of people that worked hard. No one's worked harder than Cena. So the Cena should be getting every single title, every opportunity. So don't give me that work hard stuff.
Roman.
I understand that some of the stuff that is given to you, but...
No, it's not even that. It's just... Okay, here's my honest opinion on him. I can see him as champion. I'm not going to say he won't be a champion. He will be a champion one day. But if
I would say he is really not ready yet. But one day he will.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not ready yet to be the headline of Mania. But he can headline a top match, but to be the main event, and then people in the way how the WWE fans is today. Where you want to, everyone's freaking rooting for underdogs now. So, Like, are you just going to constantly keep giving the titles to the underdog every time? Like, I really believe Ziggler or Bryan beating Brock.
I was saying that I remember when the show first broke up, and you could see what direction everybody was going in, and I was like, all right, they put Roman in the ladder match. That I got that.
Well, yeah.
And then I was just like, when I started seeing all the news and stuff, there's a whole mega push. I was like, you're setting them up to get booed.
Yeah, that's WWE's fault. Because, like, they, instead, like, Rollins and Ambrose, alright, yes, Rollins got the money in the bank, but they started off with a feud, and then Roman went straight into, title picture.
And I like that. I like how Roman went straight to the...
Yeah, and he, basically, out of all, like, the people that was in those matches, he deserved to be in it, because what he was doing at the time.
But, I guess my hatred for Roman is, like Troy said, more WWE tours, but I don't know if I get the whole, because if I was Vince, I would push him too, because he is marketable. You know, he could sell a lot of stuff, bring more eyes to the product, but I don't know if I really make a main event. Hopefully he'll be ready, but I don't know.
But so, like in a way, like, alright, they're supposedly concerned about the crowd, so, like, I think that's what I'm mad, but alright, yes, you can't make the crowd, like, affect all your decisions. Sometimes, alright, I was thinking about this yesterday. Alright, when I watched Game of Thrones. If I wanted everything I wanted to see in Game of Thrones, I would never got the best episodes I ever wanted to see. I would want everyone to live, or whatever, and win at like, all the battles. But when they all died, it made a great episode.
Here's the thing with WWE right now. You know, they're doing everything possible to get eyes on it. Because for the past 10 years, we all know how wrestling has gone out of the favor of, like, mainstream or whatever. So, now, I feel like they're walking a fine line of not trying to piss people off and not trying to lose viewers. Like, if you look at the Authority thing, you could tell that was just for, like, ratings or something. Well, not... Yeah. The story makes sense, but if they're rating... I remember, like, what was it, last week or something? Or 2 weeks ago, they hit, like, a very low rating. Like, I knew the Authority was going to come back, because you have to have Triple H to get Sting.
Like that. Like, even though, like, I remember, like, they did it before, like, with the, even though it wasn't the same as, like, the special guest GM or, like, that they did, like, back in, like, '09, like, every week. But, especially around WrestleMania season, you have to have, like, that. And it's not even that big of a role, but, like, it's almost like something, I don't want to constantly see someone different. I want to see, alright, Triple H make a match for WrestleMania, not some random person or random celebrity or like a returning star make a match or somebody like that for WrestleMania. I
got a question. Has there ever been a time where there was no authority or authority type figure on? Where it was just
like they did like more like backstage stuff, but they always like it was like commissioner. It's always like been some like type of authority. Like
that's why when they stopped the authority thing, I was like. Eventually, I didn't think they were going to come back so fast. I thought they was going to wait till either after Royal Rumble.
Oh, I thought it was going to have to be like something like, Triple H versus Sting for the return or something.
I guess they were setting that up, but I didn't think it was going to be so soon. People who say they hated it last night, it was great. I liked it, but you probably could have. It's little things like that, but whatever. They'll probably stop.
If you would have gone into watching that Raw thinking that 30 was going to come back, I didn't know that at all. That was the last thing on my mind. Usually, like December shows or something like that, like they be taping them or something like that. I guess this one was lost since it was like after Christmas. But like these shows aren't usually as good like as a normal Raw, like during like the normal like month or something. But like I would never expected at the end of the year, boom, the Authority was coming back. It was going to be somewhere around like WrestleMania season.
I thought what was going to happen, if you look at what happened last night when Rollins had his leg over Edge, he took it down. So I thought, and he pushed Big Show off a little bit. So I thought Randy was going to come from the crowd, turn him around, RKO everybody in the ring. Him and Cena was going to celebrate. That's what I thought was going to happen. So when I was watching, I was shaking. I was like, "Where's Randy? Where's Randy?" And then he's like, "Bring the Authority back." I was like, "What?" I didn't win.
I had to figure like a feeling like when he was like, "You know what I want you out here for." Like I was thinking it had to be something with the Authority. So And then it was the only reason why Cena would be out there because the only beef he has with Cena right now is taking away the Authority. So it made sense to me. So.
But when when John was like, all right, I'll bring him back.
Yeah.
And then they actually came out. I was like, wait, he was serious? They were serious about that? I thought he was just, because you remember he attacked him after. I was like, maybe he just really didn't mean it. Because he technically, then he could have just said it and still not bring him back. Because it is up to him. So he could just say anything and be like, oh, I was lying too. Because you remember how Rollins was like, I was going to curb something anyway.
But I guess, that's
I guess if he says it, they have to come back, so.
Yeah, I don't think it's like no paperwork or something like that. That's so, I guess if he says it, it doesn't matter. So, they had to come back. But I had no idea going into that Raw that I would expect to see the Authority back. So, I guess I like the way they brought him back too. So.
That was a nice Raw. I mean, people complain. They was like, "Oh, that segment's too long." So what?
Yeah,
you got that 11:05 ending.
Sometimes it's actually good to see it extend over a little bit because I don't want to be like, oh, 11:04 about to end. What's about to happen now? Like, oh yeah, we went over 10 minutes.
You heard people chant RKO a little bit.
Yeah,
I thought he was coming back, so that's why I thought the segment ran so long because I thought Rollins didn't know what else to say. Randy was late or something, so I was like, where's he at? Oh, they messed up, and then that. But that was a nice Raw. You can bash all you want. Who cares?
Alright, so I guess. Well, did you make your prediction? Like, you're gonna go by right now. It might change even before that because over the next couple of weeks we'll see. Like, who do you have winning the Royal Rumble? Like I said, this is subject to change. We could change it, but this is just going off. This is at the end of the year. Who do you see winning it?
Roman Reigns. I don't think they're gonna change that plan. I don't know.
I just go I kind of think about all right, who looks like they're getting builded up into all right, and then like I said, it's still a few more weeks left. Anyways, 4 or 5 weeks left.
WWE is not stupid. They know about the whole possibility of the booing thing. But I think in this, I think for 2 years, I honestly believe for 2 years in a row, I don't think they'll give Daniel Bryan that storyline finish, that main event finish again. Because, it makes sense a little bit. The whole comeback story, he was only champ for a week or whatever it was, a month. But I think they'll just strap down, stick to the guns, and just let Roman win it. Baron any boos or whatever, but
I'm gonna go from what I see.
Somebody's gonna get booed. He's just gonna get booed the worst, I guess. I guess.
The only one, and that's what I don't like. You can't be afraid to make decisions just because the fans might be upset. So, I'm gonna say if I got Ziggler winning it now. I actually want that to change because I don't want to see. Even though it would be a good match, Ziggler versus Brock, but I just, as much as I like Ziggler, I don't believe him. I see him being a champ. He could be a WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but not by the hands of beating Brock.
Mind you, I said Ziggler was going to win 2 days ago, so my opinions is changing a lot.
Yeah.
So. I don't.
But in the this decision would be more clear or something like that. Or after that SmackDown before the Rumble, or that Raw before the Royal Rumble. So, but I just going off right now. Even Ziggler didn't even come off looking that good after what Rusev did to him. You can't really even say Ziggler too much. I guess it's just good that we really don't have no clear idea other than Roman right now. So I guess making a prediction now isn't as good, but this is just what we think right now.
They can go a lot of different ways with Triple H. I saw somebody, I was listening to a podcast the other day. They brought up Triple H versus Ziggler. If you don't do Triple H thing, that would be a great match. That would be a perfect opportunity to do that. If you decide not to do Triple H Sting and do Undertaker Sting, even though I don't want that match, that would be a good match. The storyline makes sense.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the Daniel
Bryan. It's basically
it writes itself.
Yeah, it may not be as serious as Bryan's was, but it's close enough. So it's basically the same story.
So if you don't have Ziggler win, you go that route, unless Triple H really is fighting Sting.
I forget that. I don't care who wins. I think Brock should win at WrestleMania anyway. I don't even think he should lose. It would have to depend on his contract.
Yeah,
but even if it
time.
was Roman or somebody like that, or Ziggler or Bryan, Brock should end up winning. I don't care. I think he is. Yes, he doesn't show up all the time, but he is the main attraction. If they can really get a deal signed with him to do some more pay-per-views, he should end off being a winner at WrestleMania. It would be something different. I'm tired of the show gotta close with everyone going home happy.
Or you can do what I've been suggesting for most of
I don't want to hear it.
Have Rollins cash in on WrestleMania on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That would be perfect. Once you hear that horrible Jim Johnson music play, everybody's gonna stand up. Just even though he might get cheered, but whatever.
No, it's gonna be.
That's the problem again. Cheered, but who cares? It's Seth Rollins. It's Seth Rollins. Who cares? I'm surprised people don't even cheer for him now.
He gets some cheers or whatever. So.
Yeah, I'll be hearing it.
It's just the only time they really boom is when the You Sold Out stuff. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it's basically mixed reactions. Like when he faced Cena, the Steel Cage or whatever was a mixed reaction.
Yeah.
Like I guess, well, I ain't really hear too much of like Roman. Like I guess when him versus Roman, but like most of the people were kind of like cheering for Roman or whatever. But
it was when Rollins came out, it was more boos. So.
Yeah.
You barely hear cheers for Rollins. That's how I feel. Or they just don't say anything because his music sucks.
But I don't know. It is. Shoot, if I don't want to see nobody beat. I think I should go off like what I was saying before. Like I was saying this like earlier this year that like Brock shouldn't lose for like a whole year. Like it
makes sense.
I guess, and then like it would even be like more like spectacular that when that day comes that someone beats him. Yeah. I just don't think the person I would want to see do it is Roman Reigns. Yeah. But from like the fan reaction or something like that, doesn't seem like he's ready yet. Like it's still time.
I mean, if he is leaving after WrestleMania, maybe he'll get some cheers because he'll be like, okay, Brock, you're leaving again. One of those type things. All right, hurry up and beat him. Yeah. Hurry up and beat Brock, I mean. So maybe.
But like I wouldn't want to. That's why like I would try like to avoid the rumors as much as I can. But unfortunately, I have the MMA thing on Bleacher Report, and they end up sending stuff about Brock Lesnar all the time.
I've been reading those rumors a lot lately. A lot of them haven't been turning out true.
No.
The Daniel Bryan thing. A lot of people say he's going to retire.
Yeah.
That's why I was like. I mean, I guess you could have thought that. I mean, it's kind of he tweeted and everything, but
yeah. So
still, it's. I mean, the whole they
like from what the first impression I had, I didn't have Daniel Bryan retiring.
I didn't even have Daniel Bryan. I thought Daniel Bryan was out for the whole year. From the rumors, the rumors were supposed to be out longer than a year, or he was going to miss WrestleMania or whatever, because he was supposed to have surgery. All the rumors got clowned when he said he was coming back for Royal Rumble, which is this month.
That's why I try to avoid him, Brandon. So I'll just end up hearing the news. Alright, and this is one of the other things where I said that I didn't like how Roman was like treated, even though like said we should jump on a topic. But alright, for like the past few months, everyone kind of knew that like Roman was getting built up to be that guy that could face Brock. Even though like you can kind of like see it no matter what. Like if you look at those rumors or whatever, and you see, oh yeah, Reigns versus Lesnar at WrestleMania. Like when you start to see that stuff happening, you be like, oh no, I don't want to see this now. Or you get tired about hearing it for a while.
For the Roman situation, I could tell from Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So it was a bit. Like, it was kind of obvious. I mean, if you didn't, I mean, he was. I don't know. Everybody in the show was getting a very big push, and he was like, at the time, I was like, all right, he'll probably face Brock.
Like when people started to see like the potential of a Orton Batista WrestleMania main event, like alright, you can see that happening too. But like once you start hearing about it, and then like it actually like starts to happen, like people are like, oh no, this is not what we want. We want Daniel Bryan to come up with this crazy thing just to get someone in the match that like the people want to see.
See, the problem with that Batista thing was WWE should have listened to Batista.
Yeah, they made him straight uphill, like from the.
And I think he wanted Bryan in that match, the WrestleMania match. Or he said, he wanted to win the Rumble, but...
He wanted like Bryan to be champ at the time or something?
He wanted to win the match, I think. I know he talked to... Remember CM Punk was talking about it? But Batista said the whole the whole way they handled WrestleMania was wrong. He said everything.
But the way it ended up, like,
Well, not how it ended up, but the plans for it. He said he was going to get booed, and you know all that was going to happen. So.
Oh, another thing I got to ask you about. All right, so I guess if we don't know stuff about like what like the WrestleMania, the potential WrestleMania card would be.
Undertaker, are you about to ask about Undertaker?
No, that. All right, would you want to see a Rollins versus Ambrose match at WrestleMania? Like a rematch?
I want to see that match at WrestleMania 32.
Alright, that's more understandable. But, like, I can't understand why people have no problem, alright, of seeing, even, like, when people talk about, like, Punk, alright, this is like when people say, oh, yeah, we're getting force-fed stuff. Everyone had a problem with Cena Orton faced off, like, the 50th time and 51st time. Like, everyone got upset, oh, yeah, we've seen it so many times, like, I'm tired of seeing it. But people got no problem of seeing Ambrose versus Rollins over and over again.
Because they actually put on...
Orton and Cena didn't put on great matches.
Everybody hates Cena. That's the problem. If Cena wasn't... He's been here so long, people just hate him.
Like, and I remember, like, people used to always say, oh, yeah, and we want Punk versus Bryan, and 60-minute Iron Man match. WrestleMania. I heard that, I don't know how many times, that's why
that was supposed to be a main event, right? Or some Punk wanted that.
Yeah, every freaking IWC, was it? Oh, I've seen that so many times, I had to stop looking at comments.
Here's the problem with Cena and his matches. Sometimes there's no element of surprise. You know he's going to win sometimes. So I mean... When was him and Randy, when did that beef start? 2007?
Yeah, his name was it.
07, I like that. When he punted his dad and everything.
Yeah.
But I guess when they got to like 09.
No, 09, alright, 09 they had like 4 straight pay-per-view matches, which are all good. I mean.
But people just hate Cena.
Yeah.
I don't know, even though, like, if you watch his matches, sometimes you might want the other guy to win. Sometimes you always got that thought in the back. Because when I watch matches, like Rollins and Ambrose, a lot of times I don't know who's going to win. When you watch Cena, you might think, alright, storyline-wise, this guy might win. But there's always in the back of your mind, it's still John Cena. He's still Superman. So that's why sometimes people don't like his matches, I guess. Because there's no...
So I guess, I can see that where it's like... Yeah, like, Rollins and Ambrose is probably like, alright, you really don't kind of know who probably win. Because they both had like the same... I guess because it's like where like they're basically almost at the same level, even though like Rollins is put in the... like almost like a better situation because he's heel. But...
Yeah, because I would have never thought Rollins was going to beat him 3 straight times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen. And you could have went either way. So, that's a feud that's going... It's like The Rock and Stone Cold. Mm-hmm. They'll keep going on, so...
Yeah, that thing, like, I guess with the problem with Cena and the Ortons, like, it always happened like, almost every month or something like that, whatever, where, like, Stone Cold and Rock are the only meaningful matches they ever had was all at WrestleMania. Like, they wasn't fighting each other on every pay-per-view or every Raw or something like that. Like, they always kind of kept them separated until it was, like, WrestleMania season. So, I give her at that point. I had to get something off my chest. I just don't like to hear...
I mean, maybe the reason... Because how many times have Cena and Orton been on pay-per-view matches?
Probably don't. At least, I'm going to say... 8?
That's the thing about Rollins Ambrose. Don't try to oversaturate.
Maybe
don't milk
it. 10.
Don't milk it out so much by putting them on so much pay-per-views. Because when you put them on... Okay, let's say next year you put them on... I'm just throwing out random pay-per-view. Let's say you put them on like Battleground. Then you put them on SummerSlam. Then you put them on the next pay-per-view. Then you put them on it's going to be like, alright, come on. Like, who else... The feud is over. So
I think like some like those times like they're gonna end up getting like it's gonna happen a lot with Rollins and Ambrose because it's no brand split. It's like and then it's one championship, which I prefer anyway. Like I'm kind of like now like wanting just one championship too.
But, like, I mean, you could turn Ambrose heel, so he don't. Yeah. He can stay out his way a little bit. I just think they should go with the Rock Stone Cold approach. I mean, it's not gonna be like hell on every pay per view, but do it once in a while. Do it at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because they're going to at least have to do it, like, face each other, maybe almost, not in, like, maybe pay-per-view matches, but a couple times a year.
Do it to a point where you get a Hall of Fame speech, and then you see Ambrose one more match or something. You know how The Rock did it? Because they did, 14? WrestleMania 14? Was it 15?
Yeah, 15, 17, and 19.
That's it. That's all. I mean,
at least that was the only meaningful ones. Like I'm pretty sure. Like I don't think they had like
they probably have Raw matches.
Yeah,
but still, like do it like that. Don't milk it out with like you did Cena Orton, where people just get tired of it. Because this Hell in a Cell match, it didn't really.
But it was a good
match.
Was, yeah, it
just
good, didn't have like the same.
And I knew Cena was going.
Yeah.
I wanted Orton to win so bad, but that's the thing. But if we dropped the ball with Brock, they could have had him face Orton.
I still like if Brock wins and if Brock shows up for Fastlane, like I don't know, something like that. But if I would have like at least what I would want in a perfect world, in my like world would be. Alright, Brock beat Cena at Royal Rumble. Then it would be Orton at Fastlane.
And then you could have him overthrown at WrestleMania. They could have did. Like it's like Ryback, feed me more. Mm-hmm. Feed people to him. You pay him all this money. He don't gotta bury them, but just every pay per view, you could have gave him Orton. You could have gave him Ziggler. You could have gave him Ryback at one point, probably. You could have gave him.
Sure. Alright. So like, but with
just be. It's like a tournament. Like people can't beat them, so you just gotta have people. I mean, they don't gotta get buried to the point where they ain't beat Brock Lesnar. So
like and like the person that beats Lesnar at WrestleMania, if he's there champion at WrestleMania, would be elevated crazy because alright, but like you think alright, Ziggler beats Brock Lesnar. Alright, like are you putting? And even though it's like not, I probably didn't sure to do this. Like alright, but Brock Lesnar beat Undertaker at WrestleMania, like, is that guy like really just like to be like, all right, yeah, he was the one that beat the one at WrestleMania, So like dag, like it's someone like really like that deserve. Even Roman's not even that deserving. Like, I guess no one's really deserving of like beating like that guy. Like that's why, like I said, like Brock might as well just show up. Like he should probably like lose on like some screw job stuff or something like that. Or,
Brock is the storyline version of Shao Kahn. You go up that ladder. He's never in the game until you get to the last match. Mm-hmm. That's Brock. Brock hasn't shown up he showed up now, but for like 3 months he wasn't there. WrestleMania, he's the top. He's just sitting there. You don't have nothing else to do. That's how I look at him. So
I don't want to see Brock lose at any time soon. Alright, the only time like when I can see him losing the title is like when Rollins cash in. Like, cause then it's like a way of like, alright, but maybe Brock's already just beat down like so much, or he didn't have anything left, and then like boom, here comes freaking Rollins to like cash in or something like that. I just don't see no one ever beating him straight up 1-on-1 anymore after what he did, because he beat Undertaker, he dominated Cena, even though Cena like dominated him again. Like I just don't see anyone ever beating him, and no one should. It makes no sense.
See, that's why I'm not a booker.
What's up, Ray?
What's up?
There you go. You loud. You move.
See, that's why I'm not a booker, because if I was a booker, Rollins would have the United States belt, the Intercontinental Championship, the Royal Heavyweight title, one half of the tag team titles. He won't even need a partner.
And I think like alright, me defending Roman, I don't think you understand how much of a Seth Rollins fan I really am. Alright,
I get it, but
I feel disrespected because you keep talking like, alright, yes, I defend Roman, but I give all young guys a shot. Alright, like that, like alright, the man's only been a pro for 4 years. He's only been relevant for 2.
Personal problem.
Well, how long is Seth? Like I said, Seth been in the game. Like,
what about his cousins, the Usos? What's their story?
They wasn't anything. They was football players too.
I mean, they learned the craft. You saw
they started before him.
They learned the craft. Your cousin's The Rock. You better.
What's cousin The Rock? I probably didn't talk to him that much.
They don't.
Like the Usos said that
they don't talk to him.
Like they don't talk. I don't even think they talk to Rikishi that much. They said he's like on Total Divas. And yes, I watch Total Divas. I gotta catch up. But like they, I don't know. Like I guess they had a better like chance. Like and they tag team wrestlers. That we don't know them as singles wrestlers like that. Nobody's ever talked about no Uso, no singles wrestler. So like dang, give Roman a break.
I'll give him a break. Hopefully, I'm praying that he'll be ready by WrestleMania. Because, I mean, it makes the most sense for him to win, like I said. But if he's not ready, then the boos will reign. No pun intended. But I want to talk about the Big Show commentary last night. I think Big Show was a little serious. I don't know. He was talking a little too much.
I just think Big Show is really good when he needs to do that stuff. Right? I
Big
just
Show-
don't think just because
I think they got the legit heat from him punching his tooth out. Big Show was sounding. He was talking too much. And a lot of it didn't sound. It didn't sound like they WWE gave him an outline like talk about Roman. That was a little too much. That was like me talking about Roman. That's what he sounded like.
I just think that he's good buddies with Seth in the story.
I think
and he just defended him pretty
Big
well.
Show showed his true feelings and backstage true feelings about Seth and Roman.
But I don't think Dean would feel the same way about Roman. I heard that him and Roman, all of them good friends. So I don't think he would someone like Dean would turn his back on Roman or something like that.
No.
I think they all see the potential in him.
Every man for himself. It's every man for himself.